Ninjas, knights, cowboys. Growing up, there were so many cool archetypes of people that made me want to live at least one day in their shoes. And one of the highest up on that list, pirates. I mean, you get to sail the seas, adventure the world, and grow a strong friendship and brotherhood with your crew, all while basking in riches and getting pissed drunk. And really just doing whatever the fuck you want. Being a pirate meant freedom and fun, and really, who wouldn't want to be a pirate? Me. And you probably wouldn't either. So today, we're talking why I would not want to be a pirate. Alright, well, I'm gonna start with a personal reason that honestly kind of discredits a lot of my arguments, but I just gotta be honest. I can't swim.
Embarrassing!
Yeah, okay, I said it. I don't know how to swim, alright? I don't need to hear all the jokes in the comments. But this lack of skill would definitely make living the life of a pirate pretty difficult. Especially considering I would live on the ocean. So, yeah. But I mean, shit, Luffy does it, so how bad could it really be? Granted, I don't get any powers in return, and if I was forced to walk the plank, I'd rather just Kermit the Frog myself. But there's definitely worse things about being a pirate. Like the next thing on our list. Hygiene. Being a pirate was fucking nasty, bro. God damn. Everybody on the boat smelling like hot skunk sex and earring bags. Skin drier than a Popeye's biscuit with no drink, and teeth looking like yellow piano tiles. And not only did pirates look and smell like shit, but they did all this while being in a few foot vicinity of each other. I mean, pirate ships usually had like around 50 guys on them. And some ships even had like 300 to 400 pirates at a time. And they all just slept in hammocks, cuddling up like a bunch of dirty, stinky peas in a pod. But one thing I will give them was pirates did have some drip. I mean, some of them really had that shit on, I won't lie. The bandanas and the coats and all that shit was pretty fly. Hook hands, eye patches, hats. I mean, they were rocking gold perma grills before it was cool. And speaking of hygiene, another reason I never want to be a pirate is the health concerns. I mean, if it wasn't obvious from the fact that pirates rarely ever wash their asses, they also didn't have much healthcare going on. And the most common seasickness, scurvy. Left untreated, some symptoms of scurvy include weakness and tiredness, irritability, fever, yellowing eyes, swollen joints and muscles, loosened teeth that also fall out, red and blue spots on skin, bleeding out your gums, just to name a few. And this is all just from scurvy, by the way. This doesn't even include any other sickness they could get, which is a pretty long list. And speaking of getting sick, I'm sure one thing that would make me sick as a pirate is the amount of bullshit buried treasure maps I followed and didn't find shit. And shit, I'm gonna be real, bro. I probably would have buried some bullshit and drawn out a map so some unlucky pirates could follow the clues just to find my leftover Wendy's spicy chicken wrap. And before you guys say anything about Wendy's not being around in the pirate era, you better go check your facts, okay? You guys forget about Peter Pan? But yeah, I mean, imagine how many times pirates went on wild goose chases for treasure that didn't exist. Or if the treasure did exist, it was probably already found. And a lot of the time, these pirates were on the road for months. Well, on the water, but you know what I'm saying. And yeah, I'm sure if you do find some treasure, the feeling's gotta be great. But I mean, we're pirates, bro. We already steal shit. Why does it even... You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna just let the pirates have this one. They deserve it. They've already been through enough. And speaking of being on the sea for days or months at a time, there's one thing that pirates didn't have much of, and what they did have of it wasn't the best. And I'm talking about food. Now, I know most of y'all can somewhat relate to the dietary struggles of these pirates, and might even have your stomachs rumbling right now. So if you want to let out some tears to a video while you consume the remainder of your saliva to keep yourselves from drying up like a raisin, feel free to check out our Struggle Meals Part 1 and 2 videos. Great videos. So the pirate diet consisted of mainly hardtack biscuits and beef jerky. And no, not the same beef jerky you get at 7-Eleven. Now, hardtack biscuits... Well, the name is kind of self-explanatory. It's a hard-ass fucking biscuit. Just a stale-ass piece of bread. Since pirates were always making moves, always had some motion, they had to eat shit that wouldn't go bad like that. So they ended up mainly just eating rocks and tree bark. I mean, the biscuits would eventually fill with weevil bugs, or whatever these dirty-ass little bugs are called. And these dirty bastards would just hit the biscuit on the table a few times to knock the bugs off and just eat it. And usually there'd still be bugs in it, but they just eat it for the protein. Not to mention, these biscuits are pretty much flavorless, and the beef jerky was literally compared to tree bark, okay? That wasn't a joke earlier. And then there was a lot of rum and beer. So I mean, if you like to drink, then you got an extra plus side. But a lot of the reason pirates drank so much was because of the utter pain and desperation that their lives of dirty deeds and even dirtier health practices had created. Plus, beer was filling, and like I said, they didn't have much food. Now, one thing I will give to pirates is their lingo did go pretty hard. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, they got lines like dead men tell no tales. You got hardies, which is a word for my homies. And I mean, if you look at New York right now,
My nigga. My heart was the word. Why's my heart? My heart and soul. The fuck off me, nigga. The fuck wrong with y'all, bro? I'm not your heart, bitch.
you can see the influence. Then we got son of a biscuit eater, which I mean, to be honest, I don't know who they were trying to diss with this one, because they were all eating biscuits, but we'll just let that one slide. We got wench, which is what they called all the hoes. Then you compare that with Crack Jenny's teapot, which is pirate for just laid that shit down. And then you got Scourge of the Seven Seas, which was a way the pirates used to call another pirate an absolute savage. I don't know about y'all, but this is an easy 10 out of 10 calling card title. This shit goes crazy. And then, you know, you got plunder, pillage, scallywag, shiver me timbers, booty, and poop deck. There's a lot more, but this is starting to turn into a pirate slang video, so I'ma just move on. But using this cool slang comes with the drawbacks of being caught lacking by the water ops. Now, I know violence and gangbanging are nothing new, but usually it's not on the water. If these guys ran into the ops mid-South Pacific, it was nothing but green lights, cannons loaded, and cutlasses ready. Okay, I mean, usually pirates didn't beef other pirates too much, but it did happen. And of course, there was the Navy trying to catch them and bring them to justice all the time. But yeah, pirates are really about that life. And it wasn't just pillaging and plundering. These guys were using all types of torture methods on any captains or crew members of ships they raided. Then pair this with the fact that these guys were probably running into all kinds of horrendous shit in the water. Honestly, I don't even really want to think about this one because it makes me sick to my stomach. Just floating on a wooden box in the middle of the ocean, knowing, or even worse, not knowing what could be lurking in those waters, I'm good, bro. I don't even walk out on the beach. I just dip my toes in for it. But yeah, throw all that together with old jamming pistols, flashing your butthole to the fish every time you need to take a shit, sleeping with stinky men, rope burn, sunburn, entire body burn because now you're dying of sickness, and being so vile you get absolutely zero bitches. And yeah, being a pirate would just fucking suck. But let me know what you guys think about pirate life in the comments. Don't forget to leave a sub, because if you don't, I'm going to come pillage and plunder your poop deck. Wait, I don't know if that came out right. And I'll see y'all in the next video.